All right, guys, what's up? I'm going to go over the Q&A that happened last night on Winpeg's channel. This is just I'm not gonna obviously watch the video. This is the doc that they updates with all the questions and answers. So there may be like a few small things left out, but the general idea of the questions and the answers are going to be in here. And I will try to remember to link the doc down below. If I don't, unlucky, you know. Just I'm sure you can find it around somewhere. You can go watch the VOD. But anyways, let's get right into it. So also, just to say, there will be another Q&A today. I think sometime around like 6:30 or 7. I'm not sure the exact time. However, I would decide to go ahead and make this video because I'm pretty sure anything big that they covered will already like they've already covered here. Anything that's answered on the other Q&A. So it's not even necessarily a Q&A. It's like a podcast that they're on, right? So it's like not like a direct Q&A. It's just like, oh, they might like say some stuff about Dark and Darker, but for the most part, I imagine everything that's like big or relevant to the wipe is gonna have been mentioned in this one. If I'm wrong, then I'll make another one about the other, the other Q&A or the other podcast or whatever, and I'll go over that. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. So they said they are calling this the big wipe number 3. Large new systems will be implemented for the upcoming wipe. They'll be focusing this Q&A on features and balance changes rather than legal issues. Cool. I don't really think many people care. At the end of the season, we have rewards, cosmetics, and rewards. How would these work? I mean, see, okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is the only reason I don't like OnePeg doing this because he asks questions like this. I mean, maybe these are questions they want him to ask because like they told him, hey, ask these questions. But I mean, we all know how they're gonna work, right? You're gonna get the emote at the start of the next wipe, and you can use them. Same with the cosmetics. Like, okay, it's nothing new. Uh, so one of the first big things. There's only 4 things they mentioned that are like even relevant. One of the first big things. I think it's 4. We will not have Druid at the start of the wipe. Somehow, we still are not gonna have Druid at the start of the wipe. I don't know how, because they've been working on Druid for like 6 months now, and we still don't have it. Which is really stupid because, like, like a month ago, or I think it was at the beginning of last wipe, right? Or maybe it was at the beginning, like something like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, sometime around there. Or not the beginning of last wipe, the beginning of this wipe. But like a few months ago, they said the thing that was stopping them from implementing Druid into the game was they were trying to make it so the bear couldn't fit through doors. They literally said that was what was stopping them from implementing it. Now they're saying, like, where's it at? Also, wipe got postponed today, right? But they said, where the fuck is it at? They said something about okay, for I don't even know, I don't even know where like they actually answer about Druid. I think somebody has this down here, right? Hold on. Because somebody else like okay, when will we get Druid? Holy fuck, where's it at? All right, right here. We have 3 of the animal forms that Druid could transform into as a working state. They're working, but it doesn't feel really good or fun yet, so our main animator has been working on this night and day for the last several weeks. We need the animal forms to feel natural and not like a third-party asset. We really want it to feel like you are actually the panther. Okay, number 1 problem. I mean, cool, I like what you're doing, I get that you want the character to feel good, awesome. However, you could release the character in its shitty broken state and keep working on it the same way you did for Bard, the same way you did for Warlock. Because now, instead of people being able to play this character in its shitty broken state, we don't get to play it at all. And I'm gonna be honest with you, adding it to the game takes nothing away. Like it doesn't matter if like Bard being added in PT5 was completely awful, unplayable, dogshit character. But it didn't take anything away from the game. It was still a character in the game that it was only a positive. It didn't matter if the character was awful and felt like shit to play. Maybe there was one person out there that enjoyed it, and if 99.99999% of other people hated it, it didn't matter because they didn't have to play it. It's a choice. And now you're taking this choice away from people to play the character that takes literally nothing away from the game. Also, the character being in the game at the start of the wipe would be really big for another reason I'm going to go over in a minute with because they're adding a class training system. That's the big thing for this wipe apparently, the class training system, and that's a reason that should be in the game even more. But this is stupid. Also, they mentioned multiple times, or they said they're our main animator. I think they mentioned another time they only have one guy working on this. Like, how the fuck have you guys not hired somebody new yet? Like, because they've said they've expanded their dev team, but apparently they still only have one guy working on all the animations. And when your entire system is based around one guy, and if he gets sick or something happens, like that shit just falls apart, like that's not good, right? Like that is That is not ideal. All right, but going back up here, uh, they go over. I mean, some of this is just complete bullshit, right? Like they say, some of the things I want to highlight is the fact that we've been working hard on the technical side. The marketplace took up a huge amount of our time and effort over the past 3 to 4 hotfixes. We have ironed out the stuttering and rubber banding. No, you haven't. Like maybe some of it, it still happens. Every single game I load into, I still rubber band slash stutter at the start of it. Every single one of them. Like maybe you don't rubber band as much going throughout the game, but it still happens. We have not fixed it, right? Like if you fix some of it, we haven't fixed all of it. This is still need DOS. We're reaching all for average performance hitches, whatever. We continue to make no one really don't really care about this. In terms of manpower along the start of this season, there'll be better performance, less hackers and teamers going forward. This isn't the cool content or anything flashy, but we have turned a corner getting the technical side ironed out. This has given us a lot of confidence going forward, especially with the Unreal Engine and its logging system. I mean, this is like whatever. Doesn't. Okay, this is something else right here that just doesn't make sense to me. This is the lowest amounts of client and server side crashes we've seen all across the playtest. The last 2 weeks for us or last 2 weeks for us has been seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. There were many all hands on deck situations and a lot of emergency meetings, especially concerning the Goblin Caves and server performance for that map. Huh? Oh, now, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Goblin Caves hasn't been in the game for the last 2 weeks. So, like, what are we saying here? I mean, I get it. You're saying the last 2 weeks for us to be like this has nothing to do with this, apparently, right? Like this is just something completely different. It has to be because, like I said, Goblin Caves hasn't been in the game for the last 2 weeks. So, okay, cool, I guess. And then SDF announced that we will have Quest drip fed and in a time gated chat system. That's still on track. This is cool. This is actually a good thing. Quests were introduced for this last wipe, but we noticed that even after the first week, people were running around in their best in slots. We wanted to have more progression for the entire season, so you aren't seeing as many legendaries and super golden items right from week 1. On this side, Grayson has been helping a lot to model a new system based around other games like Tarkov. We now have a quest schedule, which will gate when certain elements of crafting unlock. You just won't have enough affinity to craft gold items in this from the get-go. It will begin unfolding like a real season as far as the meta goes. I mean, this is cool. I mean, this is good. It prevents people from getting gold gear right away. So even if you're like a quest sweat and you instantly finish all your quests, you don't get access to gold gear, which like I said is good. This also gives other people time to catch up. Because for example, like if you had 100 quests out on the first day, the people that are going to play 48 hours in a row are going to do, they're going to do way more than the guy that's going to play 2 hours. However, if you only have 10 quests out a week, even if I finish all 10 on the first week, somebody else could also finish 10. It might take them. It might take me one day versus them taking 7 days, but it doesn't matter because I didn't really unlock anything before they did, right? And also the thing about this that is good for kind of everyone and not just, uh, you know, like the sweats is any quest that would take specific quest items, like you think like Centaur Hoof or something like that. You can start farming from those day one, and when the quest comes out, you instantly have access to turn it in, which is what most people are going to do for like the gold questing, right? They're pretty much going to get every single crafting material you can think of and turn those in right away, and just have to kill things left for their gold quest. But anyone could do that, so it'd be really good. And then, has the quest list been expanded upon? Or are they new and different? The quest chapters were released many chapters in the beginning of the season, and then each week new chapters will be added. It's really weird. It was a big focus for us over the last 4 weeks to get the system into place. You will see a lot of the same quests or things recycled, but as the weeks go on, we'll have quests ramping in difficulty. Early quests will be familiar, but they'll be modified and new. Get ready to bring your 15 leather caps and campfires in. What about the quest item drop rates? Will we still have to kill 1,000 wolves to get enough pelts for the quest? Last season was a big experiment. We don't want to go to that way anymore, so things are dramatically improved for quest loot. You might see some low drop rates for the super rare loots, but we had things that were like 0.05% drop rate. Like, why? I can only imagine that this is Centaur Hoof. I don't think there's anything else in this game that could have been that low of a drop rate. Yeah, I mean, unless you're talking about just materials in general, which in this case, it's probably dark matter. That's the only thing I can think of would be this low because I know troll pelt wasn't even so. Troll pelt was 2%, and now these might be 2% or 1% at the lowest. Like this is still really low. Like okay, for example, like let's say this is dark matter, right? You have a 1 in 3 to even get lich, and then you have a 1% chance to get the item, and there's 3 of you. So quick math, that's 900 liches on average. 1 in 3 at a 1 in 100 chance, and then 3 people. That's 900 liches, or no, 900 boss runs. My bad, 900 boss runs to get your to get 3 dark matters. Assuming that's what this is at 1%, which I don't know if you guys know, but 900 boss runs, it's a little bit. That's a little bit too many. But you know, it is. Other things that were more common or need materials to finish should be at 5 to 10% drop rates, which is much higher than it used to be. This is probably wolf pelts. I mean, I imagine it's like wolf pelts, old cloth, enchanted dark fabric, that type of shit. The other thing to keep in mind is our first foray into the quest system. We didn't really know how grindy or long it would take. We just wanted it to take 3 months, so the season felt good. But now it'd be moderately easier, especially at the front end. It would be more manageable for everyone. I mean, the way they're doing it, the quest system, like it going over several weeks, automatically just makes it better for everyone. Because now, like I said, you're not gonna have people that finish all the quests in the first week, and since it's gonna be spread out, like anyone can get like all the quest. Like you know, after the first week, you could have all the questing materials for week 4's quest, right? And so you just keep them and stack them up. However, the annoying part about this is going to be for stash space. You're just going to have a stash tab full of every single possible questing material you can think of. Like, you know, like rarity, high rarity weapons, ale, any droppable, or all that type of shit. STF mentioned a new merchant, the Squire, which is supposed to help with normal dungeons. Can you elaborate on this function? Okay, so basically, I don't need to read all this, but what I'm just gonna say is the Squire will let you change what your base kit starts with, because I've been over this before. I've read it before. So basically, like I said, like fighter starts with gray arming sword, round shield, cloth or adventurers like shirt, cloth legs. Instead, you can start with like a falchion, heater shield, full plate armor if you wanted to, up to white rarity. That's pretty much what this is. So you can just change your starting kit, which is great. Yeah, it's really cool. It's fantastic. The AP system is primarily focused around looting and min-maxing candy, plus throwing your gear on the ground to pick up new AP gear. Must be modified. The biggest thing we wanted to address is that we were not incentivizing PvP enough. We were testing this as well as with normals not checking, so we are still modifying how much HP is gained per kill. We still want people to loot chests for AP boosts, but we want to make sure killing monsters, bosses, and players have a little bit more weight. There will be a general AP balance pass heading into next season. I mean, they just need to lower the amount you get for sellables. I think kills are probably in a pretty good place, but sellables need to be lowered. And then looted and handle system is going to be the same. Nothing else really changing there. Actually, okay, they said this about map balancing. So basically, all they say here is we are getting Goblin Caves is going to be back to a 3x3 structure, and then Howling Crypts or threes is going to be, or trios will be Howling Crypts into Inferno, how it is currently, and then Frost Caves will be duos. They don't mention anything about the potential. Okay, no, they do mention the Wyvern. Say the Wyvern's not done, I think, but they don't mention anything about the second floor of Frost Cave. So I'm guessing it's just the first floor again. I hate this. I think this is awful. I mean, I don't know why. I really don't understand why they're not, like why they're not removing one of these, specifically duos. It's just dumb. They even talk about it here the entire time. They even, where's it at? Oh, I'm gonna find this. Uh, I'm gonna find this really quick. Okay. We thought that even as a sparse PvE experience with non-full lobbies, people would enjoy the dungeon crawler aspect, but even at 10,000 players in the less popular regions, we might only get 2 to 3 players in a lobby. See, this is bad though because these 2 to 3 players might be like if it's duos or trios, this might be the only team in the lobby, right? In which case, it's no different than having one player. And on average, the popular regions had 5 players in a lobby. I don't know. I don't even know how. I don't know where. I don't know what popular regions they're considering or what time frame they're considering this of, but there's just no way this is accurate. We looked at the data and feedback, and from a business side, every server session has a cost risk. Can we eat all these costs so only 2 people might enjoy a map session? No, you can't. It's also messing with the rest of the maps. The more important factor is that we don't have the capacity and we haven't had the resources to balance every map type for every party type. From the start, we reluctantly added solos, but everyone loved it so much that we stuck with it. This is their problem. They add things that they know they shouldn't, and then whenever you add something that you know you shouldn't, people like it, it's impossible to remove it. Like it's just a big challenge to obtain the right balance between having a solo experience and trying to maintain the maps to also support trios. See, this is the problem, right? Like they don't even mention duos. Like they say a solo experience trying to maintain the maps also support trios. So if we're like we don't even like they don't even care about duos. Just remove it, man. All right. Our design team is like 2 guys trying to pump out 25 modules for Frost Mountain and then also getting the 5x5 Goblin map finished. Once again, get more people, man. Like you guys have like apparently you guys are hiring new people. Like get them some help. They're doing it all, guy. Yeah. I mean, for now we'll have a good solid solo duo tree experience, and the best way our team can attack this issue is to contain each of them to their own area. I mean, this is cool. I mean, people are gonna complain about it. No, like people are gonna complain no matter what map they're on, except trios players. Trios players love crypts. But like solo players are gonna complain about goblin caves. They're gonna complain about playing on crypts. They're gonna complain about whatever. What they want is map rotation, but map rotation doesn't work. Duos just shouldn't be in the game. Like you don't have the player base to have duos. But I mean, whatever. Yeah, like I said, this is just 3v3 goblin caves. They said where the question is where we have gold because obviously there's no gold in the map right now. It will be easy for us to put smaller gold notes in the game world with time gating on quest. You wouldn't be able to use it at first anyways. I guarantee. But this answer to me is like, oh yeah, we forgot that you guys needed that. Guarantee you. Okay, here's the big thing. They are testing an experimental multi-class system. And where's my? Oh fuck, I didn't post it. Oopsies. Wait, no, wait, wait a second. I had a screenshot of the multi-classing thing. I think. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Open link. Boom. Okay. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so basically, this is just a lot of stuff that it's annoying. So basically, how this works is for one, you see like level 74, your level will uncap on your character, right? Your level will like you will be able to level like infinitely. Like this fighter's level 104. And on level, like you see up here, next learning token. I mean, I took a screenshot from a Twitch thing, and so you see this here. But on leveling, I mean, at certain level intervals, I don't know if it's like I doubt it's every level. It might be like every 5 or 25 or something like that. But every like at a certain amount of levels, you get 3 tokens, right? Next learning token level 75, you get 3 tokens, and you also get items. So once you select a reward, it'll be delivered to your stash, right? So you also get items. The tokens, what they can do is you can use them at either. So if you get a character level 100, they become like a class master, right? So you what you can do with the tokens is you can use them at that class master, and it will unlock. I don't know if it's component. Let me see. Do they have it here? Let me see. Uh, I know it because you can unlock perks and skills from other classes. So I don't know exactly. Um, Yeah, okay. So each new learning token gives you 3 random abilities from another master class. Okay, so for example, if I use my 3 tokens on fighter, and like let's say I'm a warlock and I use them on fighter, right? I could get 3 random abilities or perks or skills from fighter. So I could get like sprint, defense mastery, weapon mastery, right? For a warlock. And after you get at level 100, you get access to that specific class as a master. And if you don't have another level 100 class, you see here, this area is called the class master. He pretty much, I think, can have any of them. So it's just like so like you don't have to get another character level 100. Like say I forget my fighter. Like let's say because you get the tokens before level 100, but you only unlock the ability to get that specific class's stuff at level 100 from that class. So for example, like if I'm using on class master, I could get ranger perks, warlock perks, rogue perks, or I could use it on fighter and I could only get fighter things, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. They kind of explain it a bit, kind of like a bit more confusingly. I mean, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, see, like right here. Uh, or you could just do a generic template if you only have one master. So there you go. And you also get free items every couple of levels. And they even say this is all a work in progress. So the issue is that when the wipe first starts, you can't redeem the tokens yet. Just get them. So this right here, this isn't even going to be ready on like this won't even be out whenever like white like this will be out and you can level up and you can earn the tokens, but you can't use them yet. So that's cool. Uh, they say the first so they said the first few tokens will be really easy to get. Also, something important after level 20, each like the XP per level will be the exact same. So like the leveling from 20 to 21 will be the same as 99 to 100. Also, 100 isn't the level cap; it's just where you unlock the ability to have a class master. You see, you can go beyond level 100 here. What about the current meta like Francisca axes? Okay, so they're gonna implement a system that's like opening your backpack. So it's like I guess it takes time, and resourcefulness is gonna like change how this works, right? So this action plus actually having to equip the axes will have a much okay. So okay, let me just go over this full thing. So what about the current meta like Francisca axes? Now when you push tab, we're putting a system in play where basically you are opening your backpack. So this action plus actually having to equip the axes will be much slower now and linked to resourcefulness. Characters will vastly stand apart now based on their starting stats and loadouts, and we want to make resourcefulness way more useful. Okay, cool. One problem. Do they know that there's a system in their game that auto-equips things from their inventory without having to open it? Do they know that's a thing in this game? Are they removing it? Are they considering that and they're going to balance around it? They didn't mention it, and they forgot about things like that before. So maybe the equip time even for that will be slower. However, if your whole point is to people should actually have to open up their backpack and do it versus oh, insta equipped it, you might want to look at that Iron Mace. Okay, but also this is funny. Will we see new items in the upcoming patch? The marketplace was a big win for us. Okay, does that answer our question? But it obviously, I mean, they answer it down here, but obviously reduce the burden of dying, especially if you lost Biz. We have a multi-pronged approach to fixing this issue. Like last season, we boosted the primary attributes of all items. This season, we want to focus heavier on hybrid attributes, kind of like Magic the Gathering with their dual-colored lands. I don't play Magic, don't know what this means, but cool. Where a piece of gear does two things at once. I mean, I know what this means. There's someone like like leather gloves that could like Dex Will or something, or ruby silver gloves, or the ruby silver like what are they called? Raw hides that give like knowledge will. We want to start the season off with this and then rebalance some of the primary attributes. You can expect new items, and it might not be really flashy, but it should be fun to see new builds. We want to make a push toward more varieties of builds for people to play around with for their characters. That's cool. Just add more weapons. Literally all I give a shit about. It's going to be more weapons. They said they're working on a system to gift games. Don't care. What we see community events this wipe like kill race tournaments, devs players, arena fights, or Twitch drops. They didn't improve, which all they say is like our biggest goal is to get arena there in first, and that will. Oh, they said we're trying to get arena. Arena will not be out this month. No arena in March. We are 100% aware internally and in the background on a community focus, and we will get things like Twitch drops out when we can. Okay, so I mean, eventually they will probably. But basically, no. All that they say here is just no arena yet. We're not no arena at least for a month. So maybe arena next month. Pog. Okay. Is there a way we would get skins or something doing random achievements? This would be cool. Nope. I mean, it's actually like this, like a pickaxe skin for mining something rare, and ale skin if you drink a ton of ale. Like, I would love to get a pickaxe skin for mining a bunch. That'd be sick. Things we haven't really thought of, we would add that to the list. Are there any plans to fix the fact that sometimes we can't even fit the gold we make from the marketplace into our stash? Yes, this is okay. This is a lower priority since we are focusing on major features for Swipe. We continue to work on quality of life and push those out whenever we can. Literally, and I do mean this literally. All you have to do, make it so we can buy gold chests in big gold bags. Fuck crafting them. Fuck getting them from quests. Just let me buy them, man. I don't care. Like, I don't care if the gold chest is 5,000 gold. It's that simple. Like, why? Why is this a low priority? This is an issue people deal with all the time. And it's something that's so easy to fix. Like, these really easy to fix things that improve your quality of life by so much should not be low priority. It really shouldn't be, man. Like, this is something, like, it's so easy to fix this. Oh, it's annoying. SDF mentioned the insurance NPC or secure container feature. Is that still coming out in the future? It won't be a secure container. We were thinking that the goblin merchant will have a little crew of goblins running around the dungeons. This will be our approach to retrieving items that were not taken out of the dungeon, but this fell further down the list. We're also thinking that if we go back to the 3-layer dungeon, there should be a way to put these items into a dungeon expressman to take items out for you. See, I actually don't hate this because 3-layer dungeon, most of the time, especially if you're PvPing, by the time you get to the second floor, definitely by the time you get to the third floor, your inventory is completely full. So it's just kind of annoying. These things we have thought up, but they're much further down the pipeline as usual. Right now, we have a primary slot stat and substat filter for or primary stats and a substat filter for the marketplace. Are there any plans to add more filters so we can find more specific pieces of gear? We will talk to the team about getting more filters because he likes salsa. Yeah, that's nice. None of these questions are, they have answers for them. They ask about, like, having, there's a split with the count-wide unlocks and quest progression currently. The issue revolves around vendors refreshing on each character to give us 9 potential characters, lab-crafted items every 30 minutes. Will this be changed? We don't have the systems in place to address this yet. We have tried to make the quest system last season challenging and grindy. We understand why people want a count-wide progression, but this is not an easy problem to tackle. The time getting a new quest system will help for now. Okay, so the problem with what they answered here. So you're trying to make the quest system last season, like you want it to be challenging and you want it to be grindy. However, before, let's go back up. Oh, wait, my bad. Where's right here? With this, they want people to play multiple classes. That is literally what this right here is designed for. Play multiple classes. That is what this right here is all about. Play classes, play a bunch of classes, a bunch. Don't just one trick. So it just completely goes against the quest they want, right? Like the time getting a new quest system will help for now, kinda. Yeah, if I want to, do 9 characters worth of quests each week, like that sounds awful. Sounds like I'd hate myself, right? Like that's just like they're implementing two systems that are completely counterintuitive to each other. Where it's like, oh, we want you to play a bunch of different characters. Oh, well, our questing system wants you to play only one character because you need to do all these quests, right? Like we want our quests to last 3 months, but we want you to play multiple characters, and our quests don't track across character. Like it's just it doesn't make sense, right? Do we have an ETA for Druid? I already talked about this. This pisses me off. Any information on backpacks or quivers? We've been building the game super fast, and some of it is hanging on by strings, but there are members on the team that are getting the system ready. We have the quiver and additional backpack spaces somewhat ready, but it's on the old systems. What does this even mean? Why did we build something on an old system that we can't implement into the game? Also, once again, the quiver especially, like this should have been in the game instantly. They should not have added, like, arrows should not be taking up as much space as they do when we don't have a quiver. It's just dumb, right? It's just dumb. Additional backpack spaces, I literally don't care about this. I mean, cool, it's gonna help me, whatever. But the quiver, like that shit should have been in the game months ago. Like rangers hate their lives because they have to walk around carrying an inventory full of arrows. Oh, I want to pick something up. I have to actively lower my combat power by dropping a 20 stack of arrows. Like, oh, I need to keep fighting. Well, I literally can't pick up gear because I can't drop 20 arrows. It's just dumb. Refactoring these systems has actually added a lot of safeguards going forward, and so a lot of this will be built out and closer to completion. The design documents are ready for the quiver down to the details 3 months ago, but we just don't want to build things twice. Huh? Wait, then why was like, I don't I just what? I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm just misunderstanding this. I don't know what they mean. So I'm guessing they had the blueprint made for it to make it. It's like this. Like this is just like weird. Like if you knew you were switching to a new system, why were you preparing things on an old system? Like I can't imagine switching to some new system was like something like, oh wow, like this is brand new all of a sudden. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being an idiot. After the refactor takes place, all this kind of concept will come out quicker. Thank God. Okay, on to like one of the other big pieces of information. Will inspection go to being able to, wait, will inspection go to be being able to inspect? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Okay, no, I'm misunderstanding. I'm an idiot. So basically, they're removing the base camp slash tavern. That shit's gone. So you can't inspect people. That's gonna be cool. Uh, that'll be nice. But then they even mentioned later that they can move like training dummies and stuff into like their own training rooms. So you can test damage on like good stuff. Going to the tavern was cool, but we underestimated teamers and snipers who were searching for gold teams. Yeah, awesome. They started circumventing timeouts as well, so no base camp means no more inspecting. Very true. No death cams. Right. Okay. Yeah. Right here. Right here. Will dwarves come out next? Our animator is doing animal forms for druids right now, so the new race has been delayed. And we'll be focusing on another race before dwarves. Get a new animator. Stop making this guy work 40 hours a week, or 40 hours a week, 40 hours a day, doing all your animations, man. Get him some help. Man, my brother is dying, and he's the only one animating anything. Like, huh? It's stupid. Don't care about auto. Um, so like, okay, all right, like, so Isobis is looking like weeks or months to completion. Our newest developer is getting up to speed quick. The newest monster guy brought the Wendigo to life very quickly, so we have to split the team a bit to do some for Wyvern, some for Frostibus. The map can be ready by the end of April. Huh? March, April. That's a month and a half. The fuck? We have the knowledge to progress from here, but it needs to slow down a bit. Didn't they say that we were gonna have the Wyvern and the Frostibus like at the beginning of this wipe? Like, maybe I'm misunderstanding. Maybe I didn't read that at somewhere, but I swear they said that should be ready at the beginning of wipe. Whatever. Uh for the seasons progressing, will these continue 90 days? The last wipe went way too far. It hit about 120 days. Yeah, we know. So we thought this should be the longest wipe we ever have. Should be. We were thinking it could even be a bit shorter than 90 days. Absolutely should be. And then we want the 2-week cooldown period to have more of an event feel to it. It can be a bit shorter, but we like the cooldown period while we prepare for the next season. The 2-week cooldown period is fine. However, this 90 days, nah. 60 days, max. Do not give me another, because the thing is, 90 days with a 2-week cooldown period, you know what that almost is? That's almost 120 days. That's 3.5 months. Not including any sort of, wipe extensions or whatever they do. Please, I beg you, don't make me play another 3 month wipe. Don't do it. I don't want to. Nobody wants to play a 3 month wipe. There's not enough shit in this game for a 3 month wipe. It gets boring around the 2 month mark for most people. But all right, that pretty much sums up my going over the dev Q&A. Like I said, there will be another one tomorrow. Not as Wolverine. Like I said, there will be another one tomorrow, but for the most part, they really didn't cover much. It's funny. Like the biggest W in this patch is them removing something. Like the biggest W is them removing the base camp, right? Everything else in here is them like, oh yeah, that's not gonna be out. Oop, that's not coming out either. Ooh, that's delayed. Oop, month for that one, month and a half for that one. I mean, it's like what did we get, right? Like the training system, we're gonna get that. Not on wipe, not ready on wipe. Druid's not ready on wipe. Frost like new Frost map, Ice Wyvern, not ready on wipe. Like, so what are we like? What are we getting at the start of this wipe? I don't like. That's the thing. We just went for through a 4 month wipe, didn't really get anything added. So we starting this next wipe also with nothing being added. No Druid, no training system, no new maps, no new bosses, no new enemies. Like that's cool, I guess. I mean, I thing is I love the game and I'm gonna play it no matter what. But there are a lot of people that are like it's like when you come back to a game on a new wipe, especially like this, like you want new shit, right? Like you want something new to do, something new to play, new class, new map, new whatever. So, but those people that are come back and like, oh, it's the exact same game that it was 4 months ago, like that's cool. Like, yay. Anyways, that's pretty much gonna sum it up for the video for me. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.